Hey guys, so today I'm gonna install the new headlights in my truck. The ones that I built, I talked about them in my garage cleanup video. I kind of already got started, but I was just trying to lay everything out so I have an idea of what I got going on. So the white edges are halos, and they're Bluetooth controlled with this. So this is the Bluetooth receiver, and then there's these. So one end of this plugs into the receiver, and the other end plugs into the lights. And I had to label them because they're different sizes for the different lights. So I have all those figured out and labeled. The high beam switch lights. Got the conduit, which I will for sure need. Got some extras. So I had fog lights in my old truck, and these went to the fog lights. So I don't need these this time because I'm not doing halo fog lights this time. Okay, so this is everything. Everything that you'll need. Not everything. So I don't have the LED bulbs for the daytime running lights and the turn signal, but I'm just going to use the stock stuff for now until I can replace them. Since all this is clear, these are clear and these are clear, you have to put amber lights in here. I used clear lights at one point, and the truck failed inspection for it, so I had to switch them out for ambers. But I just think it looks better without the orange there. So what I got was, everything came from the Retrofit source, and they sell Morimoto. So I got 4 mini 7.0 HID projectors, which I installed inside these lights. And then you get 4 of these XB High H series lights. This is what they look like. So I mean, obviously this one has a case on it right now, but this is what they look like. And this comes with the hardware to mount them. And they have all these adapters, and it gets kind of confusing pretty quick, but the instructions are fairly simple. We have these drivers. This is the driver's side bottom one. And it tells you 03 to 07 Silverado bottom. So these drive the halos. And there's 4 of those, one for each halo. I already went over the Bluetooth controller. These are the adapters for the high beams. So with all 4 on, just in regular mode, low beam, they're bright, but then you have this to switch them to high beam, and they send you a bunch of different connectors, pigtail ends to put these in so that you can set it up. So I don't want all 4 of them to be high beams because it's just ungodly bright. Resistors for using these as the turn signals. You can set it up so that while they're on, say they're white while you're driving down the road, when you hit your turn signal, it'll switch to yellow and flash between white and yellow, and that's what you use the resistors for. And then these are ballasts, which there's one for each headlight, one for each light. So these are just ballasts. So you plug, come with these harnesses too. So these harnesses, you plug one into one ballast, and then the other, you can see how it works. So you have to mount them real close, which kind of sucks. So this one, and they're labeled, they come labeled. So this one's OEM input, so you take the OEM headlight plug it in here, and then you take this and plug it into the ballast. And then you do the same thing with this one. This goes to the other ballast. And then This is just the power. It's got a 20 amp fuse in it. And then there's a ground. So battery negative, ground. And then each headlight also has to have an igniter. So the igniter is what plugs into the other end of the ballast. So this one goes here because it doesn't fit here. This one goes here. And then you'll plug the headlight into these. So you can see here's the bulb. Then you got this female end, so the male end goes here, and then you got this male end which goes to this female. And then there's, you know, mounting hardware and all that kind of stuff. It's definitely a process, but I'm gonna make it happen. I did it before, so it just took a really long time last time I did it because I had no idea what I was doing. It was kind of a trial by fire type deal. The headlights are held in with these little pins. This one's broken anyway, see? And then to get the bulb out, you just turn them. Which these are in there, so I'm gonna have to do that without holding the camera. Now that I think about it, I don't need to pull the headlights out, the bulbs out. I just need the harnesses exposed. So that was barely in there. These daytime running lights, I mean, somebody did this before I got it, but these go bad. Like, see how burnt up it is in there? I don't know. I'll show you. I guess because they're just always on, they burn up real easy. So I've had to replace these things a couple times on my old truck, not on this one. All right, I'm gonna get the other headlight off. Okay, so with all this out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and start running the wiring. I'm not gonna secure anything yet, just because I need to figure out where exactly it needs to be. I remember general vicinities, but I don't remember exactly where it was, so I'll bring you back in a second. So I built this little tiny fuse block for all my accessory stuff. So I'm gonna run all the wires to this, and this comes on with the key on. So what I did was I have this starter solenoid that goes to the battery for ground, but it connects to right here a keyed source. So when the key turns on, this fuse got power, so now it sends power to this starter relay, and that is what powers that fuse block in there. So that's my backup camera, my gauges, my pillar gauges, my I had a CB radio, my fuel pump, lift pump, and it's got this little breaker too. So what I'll do is kick that off, and then I'm gonna start wiring some stuff. So what I'm gonna do is, like, this set of relays has a short and a long, and the other one has a short and a long. So one of them is gonna go to the inside lights, and the other one's gonna go to the outside lights. So this one will be inside. That way I'll have a decent idea of what I've got going on. Alright, I'm gonna have to kind of get the bulbs in and mounted so I can figure out where things are gonna fit and not. These supports have to get cut. So the headlight, the projector's hitting right here, so this is gonna have to get cut. And hopefully I can just cut it right along there and it'll hopefully fit, but because that's a support there, this is just plastic, so this isn't a big deal, but we'll see. I think you're supposed to use a hole saw for this, but I don't have a 22mm one. That works great. Sealed down, and that's holding pressure on it, so it's not, feels pretty good. All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and drill the other three. I got smart this time and drilled pilot holes, so these came out a lot better than the last ones. I'm missing some parts, so that sucks. What I'm missing is these. I need one more. So this sits down in the base, and you put your light in, and this locks the light down, and you just screw that on, and that holds everything together. I don't know if y'all can hear the Frankie baby, but she's not happy. She's out front on the lead all by herself. She doesn't sound real thrilled about it. Okay, so now I've got to figure out what needs to be done about this thing, this bracket. Yeah, there's no way. Well, because these go here, here. And that's running right into the core support. Huh. whole thing would have to get a chunk cut out of it. Kind of wish I still had the ones off the old truck because they're already cut up. I'm gonna look around and see if I have something. I found the left-hand side out of the old truck. The right-hand side was broke out of the old truck, so I'm just gonna try and keep all the important stuff. Just gonna cut it down everywhere else. Alright guys, well, I've been fighting with it for hours, and I finally got him close. But it's not quite there, so. Start. God bless me.
What?
I can't see nothing.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
I looked right into it. I'm an idiot. This is the problem, is I'm missing this moto holder for this. Not sure what my process is gonna be for that. I mean, I ordered it, but I don't know if I want to go ahead and try to fit all this stuff in there, or I mean, I don't have anything to hold it, so. And these are the hot and negative for the high beam switch. Not sure how I should try to fit this. Just tape over that in the meantime. I'm gonna get these cut down to a smaller size and get everything rigged up on this side, and then I'll bring you guys back, hopefully. Hey guys, so I was gonna keep working on the truck today because I have everything done except the halos. She's having a good time out there. I don't know if you can see her. But yeah, since it's snowing and really cold, I'm gonna do something else. Hey Hey guys, so it's 2 days later since the install, and I'm gonna wire in the halos today. So I'm gonna get to that now. Alright, I'm gonna start with the Bluetooth driver. It's this guy. I think it's wired over here. I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna put it. Everything I've got right now is just kind of temporary. There's supposed to be a plastic piece that runs across the top of the core support. And last time I did this, I had that, and I just kind of drilled some small holes and zip tied everything to that, and then put it in loom, and it looked good. This looks like a mess, but I don't have that piece, so I'm gonna go to Pick and Pull or something and grab one, and then I'll like officially wire everything in the way that it should be. Not wire in, but just put it in places that it should be. So this is our power coming in. So this is gonna get wired into the cab to my accessory fuse block that I built. So I need to run those wires. Alright, well I got the blue wire through, so I'm gonna grab the white wire and tape it to the blue wire and pull that. There's more than one wire here, I think. This is the fuse panel. So I'm gonna put them on this 10 amp that's down at the bottom. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's inside the truck, so I'm not too concerned about it. I'd take a little bit more than that. Feel pretty good with that. Okay, I got that temporarily wired in. So the hot is right here on this 10 amp, and then the negative's up here. I could have grounded negative anywhere, but I figured I'd just run them in here together. I need to connect these wires to the hot and negative of the controller. So hot's gonna be blue, ground is gonna be white. These are self-soldering heat shrink. So once you can see the heat shrink melted onto the wire, the solder on the inside of it's melted. So you don't have to do any soldering or anything. It gives you a good connection. And they're supposed to be waterproof. I don't know if they actually are. I've never had issues with them, so but I always I heat shrink them and then I tape over them, and then I usually try to put them in wire loom if they're outside of the car. It's a susceptible to the elements. The key, yeah, it's got a blue light on it indicating it's powered up. All right, I'm gonna get things plugged in. What you don't want to do is melt the wires. There's kind of a fine line of how much heat you throw at these things. So like I've already got them labeled. This is driver's side bottom light. So wherever the thing is for that, it's way down there. So driver's side bottom, it's this guy. So with these, they won't work if you plug them in wrong. So white goes to white, and then black goes to black on here. And I have these labeled too, so this should be top. Because I want them working together. The fog's top. The only other thing is that all of these have to be grounded too. So what I'll do is run them all together and then probably just ground them straight to the battery. All right, moment of truth. All right, we got something weird going on here. The colors are supposed to be the same. So like they match up for a second, almost. Okay, so they all look the same now. I wonder why this one's different. I'm gonna try and maybe I guess maybe some wires just needed to be jiggled. Yeah, they're all the same now. So like that looks dope. Make them like same color as the truck almost. I mean, they're brighter, but I don't know if I can even get them to that. But I mean, like something like right there, like they almost look white, but they're kind of blue. But then there's fade and solid settings too. There's like a strobe setting. So I can set them to strobe, whatever color I want. Set them to fade. So they fade in and out, whatever speed I want. And then there's themes that you can choose, like red, white, and blue, and I can set that to a speed. So they go red, white, and blue. But they default to white. So if I don't connect my controller on my app to them, and I cycle the key, when I turn the truck back on, they'll just default out to white. And I didn't hook up the turn signals to them. That's what the yellow wires are. So you would tap the yellow wire into your existing turn signal and it'll make them flash from white to yellow. So that's it. They're good to go. I'm gonna get them all that mess untangled and kind of prettier looking, and we'll go from there. All right, so here we are. Everything on.